Hey, it's me, MrFloridaFlipper, and today we're going to talk about the automated postage verification system. What is it, and why do we care about it? We're out here in the garage, and if you don't know, I'm a part-time reseller that's trying to make a living on eBay, and we are going to talk about the automated postage verification system, or usually you just know it as an adjustment cost. So usually USPS will send you an email to your eBay email address, and you know that you underpaid for your shipping. So this typically happens, let's say for example, this clock right here. If we sold this clock and we said it weighed 1 pound, when obviously it weighs 4 pounds, when it goes through the post office system, they have scales and measurements, scanners, electric eyes, those types of things in their system that will weigh the packages as they're coming through. And it's a very quick system. It's very, I'm sure it's a very rudimentary system, like super quick, like it's gonna weigh, probably hundreds of packages every hour, probably thousands of packages, depending on where this actually happens. Most likely happens in their hubs, not at your local post office. So this is when it's going through your hub. So for me, a lot of packages that are going up to the Northeast, they go to like Chicago and things like that. Georgia has a hub, and there's a lot of different post office hubs. But anyways, so what happens when it goes through there is it weighs the packages and it will quickly measure. Obviously, I don't know exactly how the process works because I don't work for the post office, but it'll say, hey, this package here with this barcode is actually 4 pounds, not 1 pound. And it'll send a notification through the system, and USPS will automatically charge your eBay account. And when you go to your listing, you'll actually be able to see that that additional charge has been tacked on. Now, this can happen weeks or even up to a month later, I've seen. This is obvious because it has to go through the system, and then it goes back and comes back to you. And you'll get an email from eBay anytime this happens. And also you can go to your managed shipping on eBay on the app or on your computer and find this where they will have these extra charges at. Now, every once in a while, which usually I've seen it with FedEx, never USPS, you will get a refund. But I'm going to show you in this next clip of how you can fight against it and to get your money back, because a lot of times this system is wrong. And also it's always best in your best interest as a business owner to look out for your business and to fight for what you think is right and to get that money back. And you'll see that I've gotten many refunds for these disputes in the past. And also if you stay through the end of the video, I have a big Pokemon card sale. So I'll see you on the other side. Hey everybody, it's MrFloridaFlipper, and today we are gonna go over automated postage verification disputes. So as you can see in this video, we have a adjustment that USPS has made against us. It says that we have an underpaid adjustment of $2.29, as you can see here in this email for this Corgi tank here. And this is kind of a funny one because actually I underpaid for it, meaning that I actually claimed too much weight instead of not enough. With the whole 3 to 5 pound shipping rate, I chose 3 pounds, and they are saying I should have picked 1, so therefore I need to pay for a 1 pound package. So here we are, we clicked the link in that email at the top, and now we are in the eBay area where you can see all of your underpaid adjustments, and USPS automatically charges your eBay account anytime that you see an adjustment. So as you can see on that lot of 35 sewing things, we paid $3.88 were charged because we said the package was too small. And then we have one that we got refunded. As you can see, the way to do this works, as long as you dispute it within 30 days, a lot of the times you can get these refunded. Most of these, if you see charged, I disputed them, but they just never gave me back. This one you can see was credited because I overpaid. I think this was a FedEx one because I have never seen USPS give me money back for saying my package weighed too little. Even though with the case of this Corgi tank, they're saying it weighed too little, but now with this whole crazy shipping thing, they actually charged me for saying it was too heavy. But yeah, I'm just going down the list and showing you guys my underpaid adjustments. You see a lot of charges, and now you'll see some refunds. I got $2.07 back because original weight was 1 pound. The actual weight was 4 pound. I disputed it, and I got my money back. This one as well, $2.55 refunded. And then this Six Flag one also refunded. So you can see it works about 50% of the time. Most of the time I just forget about them and I don't take care of them in the time frame that you need to. You need to make sure you're staying on top of these. And over time, it can really add up if you're getting these. It seems like I get one every few weeks, I would say. I try to be as accurate as I can with them, but you know, some slip through. But first, we're going to go ahead and copy that number right there. It's the IDMB, I think. And we're going to click the link to go to the automated postage verification dispute. And we're going to put that in there, IMPDB, the IMPDB right there. We're going to paste that, switch back over, and grab that reassurance or revenue assurance ID number, and we're going to put that in the transaction ID box. I'm going to go ahead and paste it there. I'm struggling here. I'm doing this on my phone. But yeah, we pasted that in there. We have the IMPB number at the bottom, and now we're going to hit next. And it'll bring us to the next screen. And like I said, you'll get an email anytime they do this. So if you just click that link in the email, it'll take you right to the managed shipping labels. And if you just go to your eBay managed shipping labels, you can find it as well. And I'm going to put my name and email and phone number and stuff later. I'm not going to show you guys that information, obviously, but we're going to pick the reason, which is weight. And then usually I'll head over to ChatGPT. I'm going to copy the information here. Not really necessary, but I like to use ChatGPT to write the message. And I'm just going to say, you know, please write a little short thing about disputing this and why I should dispute it. I just feel like it helps. I'm pretty sure it's an automated system that reviews these, and that's why I would say I would say it's more than 50%. A lot of the times, like I said, it's just me not being on top of them. And like I said, I probably have 3 pages of these, and there's like, you know, maybe there's 30 since I've been selling for the last 3 years. So it's not like I'm getting them all the time. Also, there is a little character limit here, so I said make it short and sweet, and I think it's still going to be too much. You don't need really too many details. That's why I just use ChatGPT, just to make a simple thing for it to just say something about the weight. And then I'm going to paste that in there, the new one, because the first one was too long. And as you can see, the description of the dispute, it's still a little bit too long, so I just get rid of the last little please there. And then you are just going to hit agree. Fill out your name and stuff, obviously, here. I'll do that off camera. And then I'm going to hit submit. I went ahead and filled out the information. And now you'll see your dispute number is done. Thank you for your submission. And within 15 days, they'll get back to you with either a credit or not. So you guys are getting to come inside as I grab this Pokemon card. Sometimes I'll keep some items like expensive things like that, or like makeup and that kind of thing inside, so it's in air conditioning, because this garage gets super hot and I don't want anything happening to some items that, you know, might need some more temperature control. But so this item right here, no, not too long. I hope you guys enjoyed the last part of the video. And now I'll show you your reward as you get to see this nice sale. But this came from my personal collection. This is a Pokemon card, which if you're not into Pokemon cards, you'll probably just think this is a piece of paper. But this is an old piece of paper. This is from 2005, back when I was a young lad. And this card right here is from the Rocks America event that they had. So they had this special little logo that they put on the card. And there's another card, it's called Unforeseen. I think it's Unseen or Unforeseen is the pack that it comes from, so it can come without that actual logo. And also this can come as a holographic card as well. So there's a couple of different variations of this card. But this specific card, it came from my personal collection, and it was just time for me to sell. I've been listing a lot of different Pokemon cards since I got a small lot of them recently, and I wanted to get a little bit more wood on the fire, as you could say, to get my sales rolling. I've been having a couple sales that you have seen if you've been watching my videos. But this card right here, it sold for $127 and shipping, plus shipping, because like we said, we're doing calculated shipping now. So yes, this card right here sold for $127. It's in really good shape. I would say if I got this graded, it would come back a 9. There is one small little thing, a little bit of whitening on the corner, like I think it's about like right here somewhere on the card. Otherwise, I think it could be a 10. I mean, it has really good centering and all that kind of stuff that they look for, but I am just not in the business of grading cards, nor do I really want to take the risk. I actually had it listed for $149.99, and it was only within the first few hours I got an offer for $127. And then I had the next day somebody else offer me $100. I said no. Then they said, what's your best price? I said, well, I have a standing offer of $127. Also use that little tip. If you get an offer that's decent but not what you want, and another person wants you to make an offer, or they offer you an amount, say, hey, I have this standing offer of $127, so I'm not going to go lower than that, obviously. And he came back and said, would I take $130? I thought about it, but the thing about it was the comps really didn't support the $149.99. There was one card that sold for $150, and it was very similar to mine in condition wise, which is always hard to eyeball. But it's just, I wanted to sell it for that amount because I didn't want to let it go. I didn't need to sell it. Like I said, it came from my own collection, so it wasn't something I needed to get rid of. But the guy said he would do $130, and I thought about it. He had no feedback. So he had 0 eBay feedback, and I just didn't feel comfortable. He had already tried to lowball me $50. So if you're gonna lowball me $50, I don't know if I can trust you. So I decided I was gonna let that original $127 offer sit. And also he said he couldn't send me an offer. The second guy couldn't send me an offer. And I'm not really sure why he couldn't, but he wanted me to send the offer. And I just never did. And I said, I'm just gonna let this offer sit from the original guy. And if I don't get anything else by the next day before it expires, because I think it's like 48 hours that your offers stay good for, then I will take his offer. I ended up countering him at $140, and he messaged me back $127 and said, hey, if you compare the last 25 sold, this is more than fair. I hope you'll accept my offer. And I ended up accepting his offer because I felt like it was fair, and he seemed like somebody that actually was going to care and keep the card, not have any funny business with returns or trying to send me just a problem basically. So yeah, I ended up taking that, and then I talked to the guy a little bit about Pokemon and kind of told him what I do and different things like that. So it was a really good transaction. So this is going to go out for $129 or $127 plus shipping. A really nice sale that we needed for the day. Next item we sold, keeping it on the Pokemon train, we sold this Tentacruel card. It's a chrome card from back in the olden days, from back in the 1999s. And this is like a holographic. It's an older type card, thicker stock card. You could really, beat these up more than the newer cards now. They're kind of thin, the cards they print now. But this sold for $9.99, free shipping. Reason I did free shipping is because I can send it with just a postage stamp. So it's going to cost me 78 cents to ship. And we sold this single card for $9.99, not bad at all. I bought this with a binder of cards that I paid $100 for, and one of the cards I sold from that binder was $100. So we're way in the profit on this one. Just now starting to get listing on them finally, because I just never really got around to it. Like I said, I collect Pokemon myself, so usually if I like it, I'll keep it, but no nostalgia for the olden days of those cards at least. I just wish I had that old Charizard from back when I was a kid, but of course, like most of you guys, or if the parents back in the 90s, they threw away all of our cards, or we just lost them somehow. But yeah, I'm pretty sure my parents gave mine away to Goodwill or Salvation Army. They said they gave them to my cousin, but he said he didn't have them, so who knows. It has been quite a while, but we actually got to pull something from our clothing rack right here to sell, and it is a pair of True Religion jeans right here. These are True Religion black jeans. They're really nice. I think this is still one of the brands that you can always pick up. True Religion still has a pretty good following and a pretty good sell price. I think I paid probably $5 to $7 for these at Goodwill, and this is no amazing profit here, I know, but I think we didn't do too bad. We ended up selling these for $20 plus shipping, and like I said, I had a $5 to $7 buy cost, so we're gonna make a little over $10 on that. And the buyer paid shipping, so that's always nice. That's gonna pretty much do it for me, guys. We're gonna keep the video a little shorter today. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you learned something, but I'm gonna see you guys on the next one.